3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing, relaxing the arms down by your side. So we're going to start with the heel lifts. So we're just lifting one heel and then the other. Again, focusing on those ankle joints, making sure they're not wobbling out to the side. We're trying to strengthen those up. The options are either just to go from one to the other or to lift one lower and lift the other, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Relaxing the arms down by the side, and we're going to start with some forward shoulder rolls. Nice big rolls, releasing any tightness in those shoulders. Working with the breath. One more time forward, and we're reversing up to the ears, over the mouth, and down the other side, squeezing those shoulder blades together. One more time, and relaxing the shoulders down the back. Good. Floating the arms out to the side, lock the shoulders down, all the way up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to start to reach one arm and the other up towards the ceiling. Feel the lengthening through the body. Good. One more time, and push the air away as you bring the arms back down again. Good. In breath, floating the arms out to the side, locking the shoulders down the back. We're going to start to reach one arm and the other. This time we're going to take the eyes to the ceiling if possible. Good. Reaching. Feel the lengthen and opening through the body, and push the air away as you bring the arms back down to our side. So bringing the arms up in front now, locking the shoulders down the back. We're going to continue with the circle, so sweeping the arms back and down to your side. One more time forward, bringing the arms, lock the shoulders down the back, up to the ceiling, sweep them back, and back to your side. Reversing now, bringing the arms back, up to the ceiling, push the air away as you bring the arms back down. Last time, in breath, squeezing those shoulder blades together as you come back, and push the air away as you bring the arms back down. Shaking those arms off, keep going with your heel lifts. We're going to interlock the hands behind you. Turn them inside out, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the hands up away from the glutes. And feeling the opening through the pecs. And we're just holding that. 3, 2, 1, and shaking the arms off and coming back to standing. Excellent. Softening through the knees, keeping that core engaged. We're going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Right arm behind the back, left hand over the head, and gently feeling that stretch down the side of the neck, across the top of the shoulder, working with the breath, and then coming back up to the center again. Right ear to right shoulder, left arm behind the back, take the hand over the head, and again, just breathing through that. Feeling that nice gentle stretch. It shouldn't feel there shouldn't be any pain or discomfort. And coming back to the center again. Dropping the chin to the chest. We're going to go to the right. So rub the chin along the chest, ending up with right ear over right shoulder. Dropping the chin to the chest. Keep the shoulder blades pulled back. Don't tip forward with the upper body as you rub the chin along the chest. I'm going to do one more time to each side. Nice and slow. Feeling all those muscles gently being stretched out through the neck. Last one. Good. And coming back to the center again. Brilliant. So taking the arms back out to the side. Keep the shoulders locked down. Again, soft knees, core engaged. We're going to turn to the left. I want you to push that left hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. For 1, for 2, and in breath to center. If it feels too much, having the arms out to the side, you can place them on your hips. We're turning to the right. Follow the hand with the head for 1, for 2. And in breath to center to the left for 3 this time. For 1, for 2, for 3. And in breath to center to the right. Push the right hip forward for 1, for 2, for 3. And in breath to center one more time to each side to the left for 1, for 2. We're just really rotating through that spine. In breath to center, last one to the right for 1, for 2, for 3, and in breath to center, relax your arms down and shake the shoulders off. So we're coming into the roll down. Ted, have you got a chair handy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go into the roll down. I think ideally, Ted, if you roll down to the chair, and then I'll talk you through it from there. So when you're ready, deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. On our breath, we're going to drop chin to chest. We're peeling that vertebra off the imaginary wall behind you. Arms hanging, head hanging. Feeling articulation through each vertebra joint as you come down to the toes. Head hanging, shoulders down the back. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're scooping belly button to spine. We're rounding back up. Stacking that spine, come up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Good. One more time. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, chin to chest, peeling the vertebra. Take your time. Scoop the belly button to spine. Feel the articulation, especially in that lumbar joint. Don't let them all come down together. All the way down to the toes. This time, either going to hook the fingers under the toes or place the hands flat onto the floor. Head hanging, shoulders down the back. And we're straightening through the right knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Through the left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften. Straightening through both knees, head hanging, shoulders down the back. Breathing through the stretch. And then we're going to soften through the knees. Now, Ted, if you can come down to sitting on the chair. We're going to come down to sitting on our mat. Either with our... So, Ted, can you sit on that chair?
What do you want me to do, sitting on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Like that.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. It's probably easier one without arms, but I think it'll be fine. It's fine for now. Okay, so either the legs crossed or straight, if that is not a comfortable position for you. Sitting up tall, crown of the head to the ceiling, and we're just going into side bends. We're going to start with the right side. So place the right hand down, soft elbow, and reach the arm over the top. Keep the weight into that left seat bone. In breath to center, and then over to the other side. Again, keeping the weight. Don't tip up off that right side. Good. In breath to center, and then over to the other side. We're just opening up all through the lats, through that right, through our side. Good. And coming back to the center again. So taking both arms up to the ceiling, shoulders down the back. We're going to go to the left this time. We're going to place the right hand on the left knee. Take the left arm behind you. Think of lifting through the crown of the head, so don't lean back on that arm. Stay nice and straight, and then turn to face the back. Good, so in breath to center, both arms to the ceiling. Good, and then we're going to place left hand on right knee, place the right hand behind you. So Ted, if you hook your hand behind the chair, and just use it to help to get some rotation. Good. One more time to each side. Arms to the ceiling. We're turning to the left. Hook the right hand. Use the right hand on the left knee to help to increase that stretch. In breath to center. Arms to the ceiling. Last one now. Hooking the left hand on the right knee. crown of the head to the ceiling, both arms to the ceiling and center, and relax the arms back down. Good. So we're coming on to all fours now. So we can all come down onto all fours. So knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Just to show you quickly, slightly new one, some of us have done it, some of us might not have done it. We're working between the shoulder blades, so we're doing shoulder drops. So it's not lower back, it's just between the shoulder blades. So we're going to dip between the shoulder blades, try and get those shoulder blades to squeeze towards each other, and then we're lifting out of it. So as you can see, it's not my lower back, I'm just working between the shoulder blades there, okay? So on the in breath, we're going to dip between the shoulder blades, squeeze those shoulder blades together. On the out breath, you're almost lifting out of the shoulder blade and feel the lengthening between them. In breath, dipping down. On the out breath, broad and lengthening between the shoulder blades. 2 more times. In breath, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Out breath, feel the lengthening and broadening between the shoulder blades. Last one. In breath, squeezing the shoulder blades together. On the out breath, lift and broaden. Brilliant. Now we're going to go on into the cat stretch. So on the in breath, we're rounding the thoracic back up to the ceiling. Drop the head between the arms. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown. Draw the belly button to spine and gently into that back extension. In breath, rounding thoracic back up towards the ceiling. On the out breath, lengthen tail and crown into that back extension. Make sure you keep the belly button drawn to the spine. One more time. In breath, rounding thoracic back. Out breath, lengthen tail and crown into the back extension. We're just going to flex the back off. So rounding thoracic back up to the ceiling and coming back to your neutral spine position. Good. So now we're going to do the hip drop. So I want you to drop your hips to the left and turn and look over your right shoulder. So, and then we're going to go the other way. So dropping the hips to the right and turning and look over the left shoulder. Only go as far as feels comfortable for you. We're loosening off through the lower back. You might feel this through your glutes. You might feel it through your outer thigh, through the IT band, your outer thigh. But nice fluid movements, just going from side to side. Good, breathing out, keep the core engaged. Good, one more time to each side. Good, and this is a lovely stretch. If you've got any lower back discomfort, this is a really nice stretch to loosen it off. Come back to the center again. We're going to sit back on your heels, head down into the mat. If it's not comfortable to sit on your heels, stay lifted and just walk your hands forward. Good, breathing through that stretch. We're going to round back up again, stacking that spine, coming back onto all fours. If anyone starts to get discomfort through their wrists, obviously come down onto forearms. We're going to slide the left leg back. Now tuck that left toe underneath you. Push back through the hands and we're taking that left heel to the floor. We're holding that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee back in. Good. Slide the right leg back, tuck the right toe underneath you, push back through the hands, heels to the floor. Good. Try not to hitch that right hip up, keep it down. And we're holding for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and sliding that right knee back in, good. So into the leg and arm raise, we're going to do right arm, left leg, so sliding the arm forward, leg back. Think about your shoulder and hip as we reach the arm forward and back. Try not to hitch them up. Hold for a breath, and then we're going to lower and slide back in. Try not to shift the weight from the one side to the other. Left arm forward, right leg back. Keeping the shoulder and hip down, reaching forward and back. Lower back down and sliding back in. Good. One more time to each side. Right arm forward, left leg back. Reaching forward and back. Good. Lower and sliding back in. Last one. Left arm, right leg. Forward and back. Reaching. Hold strong through the core. Lower back down and sliding back in. Good. Let's just sit back one more time on our heels. I just want you to loosen your wrists off. We're going to do one more exercise on all fours. So just giving those wrists a bit of a break. Maybe just circle them a bit if they're uncomfortable. Coming back onto all fours. If you are feeling the discomfort through the wrists, come onto the forearms. So we're going to slide the left leg back. Drop that hip down. We're lifting and lengthening through the legs up to hip high. I want you to try and touch the light switch behind you, and we're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot. So we're keeping the foot to the ceiling and we're pulsing the leg up for 10. Squeezing those glutes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep this core strong. 2, 1. And bring that knee back down. Good. So sliding the right leg back, drop the right hip, pointing through the toe, lifting up, reaching for the light switch behind you, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and we're pulsing up to the ceiling for 10. Squeeze the glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw that knee back in. Sit back on your heels again. If that's not comfortable, stay lifted. Walk the hands forward. Okay, and then we're going to walk the hands round to the left. Reach the right arm away from you. We're just opening up through that right side. Good. In, breath to center. And then we're walking the arms round to the right. Reaching that left arm away from you. Breathing through that. Coming back to the center again. We're going to round back up. Walk the hands back. Round back up. Stacking that spine and shoulders down the back. Excellent. Okay, so coming to sitting. Ted, can you hear me right?
Yep. That's okay.
Ted, I don't want you to do this next exercise with us. So what I would like you to do is, do you remember the exercise when you lay down and you reached the same arm and leg away? Okay, so I want you to do that a few times, maybe 5 times to each side. And then if we're still not with you, I then want you to do a few shoulder bridges, okay?
Okay.
Excellent. All right, so the rest of us, we're going to go into the roll back C curve, crown of the head to the ceiling, knees and feet hip width apart, arms out in front of you. Good. So drawing the belly button to the spine, arm out breath, we're curling, C curving through that lower back. Keep that belly button drawn in, relaxed through the shoulders and open. hold for an in-breath. As we breathe out, round and stack. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, drawing the belly button to spine. Keep the shoulders down the back. We're going into the arm floats. We're going to float the right arm. Follow the hand with the head. Back to the center. We're floating the left arm. Back to the center. We're rounding back up and stacking. Good. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, make sure the shoulders are staying relaxed and down the back. We're floating the left arm. Follow the hand with the head. Back to the center. We're floating the right arm. Back to the center. Good. Round back up and stacking. Open the knees. Take the hands round. Hook them over the ankles. And take the head down over your feet. Just opening up and stretching through that lower back. Good. Back up to sitting. So taking the legs straight out in front of you. We're doing the full roll down now. So if you need a band, grab your band. Catherine, have you got some cushions behind you? If you need to have some cushions, if you know you get to a certain point and get stuck, have some cushions behind you, just so that you don't go all the way to the floor. Good. So holding the arms out in front of you. Good. Ted, you all right?
Yeah, just going to get a bend. I can get up.
Okay. So shoulders down the back. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly button to spine. Ted, I don't want you doing this one. Ted, so everyone just keep going with the roll down and roll up. We're going to do it 3 times. Ted, I want you to avoid this one. So I want you to do that one where lying on your back and you're reaching same arm and same leg away from you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I just don't want you too much on the pulling on the core there or on that, on the stomach there. So I'm not keen for you to do the roll up and down.
Can't hear very well.
Okay, so how are we doing? How many have we done?
3.5.
So the last. Okay, so when we've done the last one, we're going to reach over those toes, dropping the head down. Just hold that for a minute, breathing through that, rounding back up and stacking the spine. Now the choice is yours whether you want to use the foam roller. If you're using the foam roller for the arm exercises, grab your foam roller. If not, I want you to come down lying on the mat. So, Ted, are you using foam roller or just going to come down to the mat?
Yeah, can't really hear you properly. I'm going to get a roller.
So, we're sitting on the end of the roller. Good. Coming back down to lie on it. If you're lying on the floor, I want feet hip width apart. Obviously, knees are bent. If you're on the roller, making sure the top of the head and the tailbone are sitting nicely on the roller, nothing's hanging off. And we're going to just find our neutral spine position. So imagine that marble on your belly button, and we're going to curl that pelvis up, rolling the marble up towards your breastbone. And then we're going to roll the marble down towards your feet. So rolling that pelvis forward and arching through the lumbar spine. Good. On the in-breath, rolling the marble up towards the breastbone, curling that pelvis up. On the out-breath, rolling that pelvis forward. Good. One more time. In-breath, rolling the pelvis up. On the out-breath, rolling that pelvis forward. We're finding the halfway point between the two, nice neutral spine position. So floating right and left arm up to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders down the back. Think about the rib cage placement. On the in-breath, we're going to float the arms out to the side, drop the shoulders over the roller or down towards the floor. Breathing through that stretch. Good. Keep that rib cage down and floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. On the in-breath, floating the arms out to the side, dropping the shoulders down over the edge of the roller or to the mat. On the out-breath, floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Palms facing away from you. We'll go right arm up, left arm down. Keeping the rib cage down. Then we're going to drag the fingers on the floor, bringing both arms out to the side, ending with left arm up, right arm down, and back up to the ceiling again. Good. On the out breath, left arm up, right arm down. Think about that rib cage. Don't let it pop up. Dragging the fingers on the floor like a windmill. Ending with right arm up, left arm down. Keep the shoulders down your back and back up to the ceiling again. So on the out breath, we're dropping the elbows down to the floor at shoulder height. Think about the rib cage. Take the back of the hands to the floor. Don't force it. On the out breath, slide the hands up above the head. If this is not comfortable for you, don't do the sliding up above the head. And then on the out breath, we bring the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. So on the out breath, we're dropping the elbows down to the floor at shoulder height. Take the back of the hands to the floor. On the out breath, we're sliding the hands along the floor, keeping that 10 to 2 position, keep the rib cage down, and then floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Brilliant. So relaxing the arms down. If you're on the roller, we're going to come off the roller onto the floor. So feet and hip width apart. Thinking about your neutral spine position, we're coming into the shoulder bridge now. So when you're ready, deep breath in, drawing the belly button to spine. On the out breath, we're curling that pelvis up off the floor, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted, rib cage down, holding for an in-breath. As we breathe out, we're going to come back down, one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into that shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted, rib cage down. We're working with our glute muscles here, so we're going to relax and drop 2 centimeters down and squeezing up again. Good. Remember, we're only dropping the hips and then lifting the hips. The rib cage doesn't move. Good. For 3 and squeeze back up. Good. For 4 and lift. For 5 and lift. Going for 8. For 6 and lift. For 7, squeezing those glutes. Last one for 8, and we're coming back down, one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Good. One more time, deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted, rib cage down. Good. And we're relaxing and squeezing for 8. 7, 6, 5. Remember, squeeze those glutes together. We should feel it burning. 4, or then burning. 3, 2, last one, and we're coming back down, one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled to the end, hugging those knees into your chest, and just rocking from side to side. Good. Okay, so taking 1 foot at a time back down to the mat. Knees and feet together, arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. So on the out breath, we're going to drop both knees down to the right, head goes to the left. Good. Just breathing through that stretch, not forcing anything. If you're feeling any tightness, just allow the muscles to relax and ease into that stretch. And then we're going to bring that right arm over towards the left elbow. Good. And again, just breathing and relaxing the muscles. Opening that right arm out again. Take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center the knees back up. Good. On the out breath, we're taking both knees down to the left, head goes to the right. Again, relaxing into that stretch, not forcing anything. And then we're going to bring that left arm to the right. Good, and again, breathing through that stretch. And then we're going to bring that arm back over. Sorry, I lost you there for a minute. Everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and we're going to take both knees over to the left now. Head goes to the right. Oh, sorry, it's the other way, isn't it? Which way have you gone? Anyway, we'll just stay with this one. We're going to lengthen the top leg over the bottom knee. And then if you want to increase the stretch, we're going to bring that arm over towards the elbow. Breathing through that stretch, toe towards the floor. And for you, you can bend the knee and then take the knee down to the floor of that top leg, yeah, just to increase that stretch for you. Good, and then stacking knees and ankles, open the arm back out, take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center back up again. Good. On the out breath, we're dropping both knees to the other side. Head goes to the opposite direction. Then we're going to lengthen that top leg over the bottom leg. Take the toe towards the floor, and then again, and if you bend your knee, and then take the top knee to the floor, just to increase that stretch. Good, and then if you want, you can bring the arm over. Breathing, again relaxing. Good. Opening the arm back up, stack the knees and ankles, and then we'll take the lumbar spine to the mat as we center those knees back up again. Brilliant. So feet back to hip width apart. We're going to float the left leg up into tabletop position, knee over the hip. Thinking about your lumbar spine here, I'm going to start with some ankle circles, nice and slow. Moving the ankle joint through its full range of movement. Last one in this direction, and we're changing direction. So don't do it too quickly. Really trying to stretch out any tight ligaments and tendons in the ankle joint. Last one, and then we're going to start to point and flex. Good. Point through the toe and flex. Point and flex. Bringing and relaxing the toe now. I want you to imagine you've got a pencil on the front of your kneecap. Place your hands onto your hips. We're going to lengthen the right leg away here. Think about what your lumbar spine is doing. If it pops up and you can't keep it down, just bend that right leg slightly again. Okay, we're going to start to draw the circles with the kneecap on the ceiling. I want you to make those circles as big as you can, but without any rocking from side to side. So you're checking with your hands on your hips, you're checking that you're not moving, not rocking, the core's holding you strong. We're changing direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one now. Bring that knee back over the hip. We're doing hip circles here. Now I want you to be careful. If there's any discomfort, I want you to reduce the size of the circle. We're dropping the knee out to the side, circling it round, bringing the knee over the right leg and back up to the center again. Good. We're not lifting up at all. Both of the seat bones are staying back into the floor. So we're not lifting up onto our sides at all. Last time, dropping the knee out to the side, bring it round, crossing over the right leg and back up to the center again. We're changing direction. So bringing the knee over the right leg, dropping down to the floor, open the knee out, and back to the center. Good. For 2, over the right leg, drop the foot down, open the knee out, and center. Last one, bringing over the right, drop the foot down, out to the side, center, back up again. We're going to hug that left knee into your chest, flex through the right foot, push that right heel away from you. Keep hugging that knee in as much as possible. Breathing through that. And then we're going to take the left foot to the floor, keep the knee bent. We're floating the right leg up into tabletop now, placing the hands back on your hips. And we're starting with ankle circles, nice and slow. For 3, 2, and last one, and then we're changing direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and we're pointing and flexing through the foot. Good. Point and flex. One more time. Point and flex. Just relaxing through the foot. We're going to slide that left leg away. Again, if the lumbar spine pops up, bend it slightly. Imagine the pencil on the front of the kneecap, and we're drawing those circles, 5 in each direction. Nice and slow. Again, no movement, no rocking from side to side. For 2 and 1. Good, and we're changing direction for 5. 4, make those circles as big as you can. You want to feel the core getting engaged here. For 3, so by stopping yourself from rocking, that core is locked on. 2, last one, and center back now. Now going through that full hip circle, so opening the right knee out to the side, drop the foot down, bring the knee over the left leg, and back to the center. Again, on the out breath, drop the knee open. If there's any discomfort, just reduce the circle size. Good. Last time, think about that ball moving around the full circumference of the socket there, back up to the center, and we're changing direction. So bring the right knee over the left, drop the foot down, opening the knee out, and back up to the center. Good. For 2, over the left leg, drop down, out to the side, and back to the center. Last one, drop the knee over the left, out to the side, back up to the center again. Hug that right knee in, flex the foot of the left leg. Good, pushing the left leg away, hugging that right knee into your chest. Breathing through the stretch. Good, and then taking both feet back down. Has everyone got their bands handy? So we're going to take the band, hook it around the left foot, holding the band in your left hand, legs straight up to the ceiling, taking a good pull on that band, feeling that stretch through the hamstring. Good. Just breathing through that stretch. See if you can increase it slightly. Good. And again, anybody with hip issues, I actually want you to bend your knee and do this. So we're going to take the left leg out to the side. We're not tipping onto our left side, so make sure the right seat bone stays down. If it feels too strong, bend the knee and do it with a bent knee. Only to the point where you start to feel the pull through the inner thigh there. Good. Take the leg back up to the ceiling. Take the band in the right hand, and now we're going to bring the left leg over to the right. Again, don't lift up through that left side. Keep the left side in the mat. One and 7 seconds again. Brilliant. I'm going to change legs now, so I'm going to place the right leg into the band. First, working on the hamstring. So taking a nice pull on that band, feeling that stretch through that right hamstring. Breathing through that. Good, and then we're opening the right leg out to the side. Again, any hip issues, just bend that knee. You just want to go until you start to feel a pull through that inner thigh. And then back up to the ceiling again. And then we're bringing it over to the left. Good, keep that right side down. Make sure the band comes into your left hand. Brilliant. And back up to the ceiling, and we're going to take the band off your foot and just leave the hands to the side for a minute. So just to talk you through, Ted, can you hear me okay?
Yes, just about.
I've tried to mute you, but for some reason I can't mute you. Can you hear me? Lee?
Me?
Yeah, I can't mute you, and there's a slight rustling. Are you able to mute yourself, Lee?
I can try. I've just lost you briefly. I've had to go round the loop.
Okay. Can you mute me?
That's where I've been.
I mean, not mute me. Can you mute you?
Ah,
Okay. So just to go through quickly, Ted, we're going to do the bag. So I'm just going to show you all quickly what we're going to do. So partly you know, but it's slightly different. So we're coming into the bag, but then we're going to go into the scissors. Now, Ted,
oh dear.
I don't want you to do this part of it, okay? And we're going to do the scissors. If you've got neck issues, keep the head down and just do it with the head down. Just watch that lower back, okay? Ted, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I don't want you to do the scissor part, okay? I just want you to hold the stretch, all right? Okay.
I can't hear you very well.
No, oh no, that's slight concern because, all right, we're going to slide the left heel away from you, right arm comes up above the head, pointing through the toe, take the leg up to the ceiling, come up from the breastbone, holding onto that leg, breathe through the stretch, then we're going to lengthen the right leg away, keep the lumbar spine down, we're going to pulse on the leg for 1, for 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, take hold of that left leg, place the right foot back onto the floor, lower the leg back down, reach the right arm up above the head, and we're sliding the leg and arm back down. Brilliant. Okay, so onto the other side. Slide the right heel away from you. Left arm comes up above the head. Pointing through the toe, take the leg up. Come up from the breastbone, take hold of the calf. Draw the shoulders down the back. We're lengthening the left leg away. Keep that core engaged. We're pulsing 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, and change. 1, 2, take hold of that right leg, place the left foot back onto the floor, lower the right leg down, left arm comes up above the head, and we're sliding it back in again. Brilliant. Okay, we're coming into the heel tap now. So floating right leg, left leg up into tabletop, both arms up to the ceiling, lock the back down. I think you all know by now, if you feel you can't keep the back down, leave the arms and go back to just working with one leg. Good. So we're lowering opposite arm, opposite leg. So left heel taps, right arm up above the head, left hand down, back to the center and change. Good. Keep that lumbar spine locked into the mat. Don't let that lift up. If it's feeling very easy, then take the leg a little bit longer. The longer the lever, the harder the core is working. Good. We're going 5 more to each side. So 5 and center. For 4 and 4. For 3, out breath to lower, in breath to come up. Good. 2 more to each side. And 2. Last ones. 1 and 1. Good. Hug those knees in and rock from side to side, loosening off that back. Excellent. Okay, we're going to come onto our sides now. So let's come onto our right side. And we're going to come up onto our elbows. So elbow underneath the shoulder, waist lifted up away from the mat, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Taking the top arm up towards the ceiling. On the in-breath, we're going to push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. On the out-breath, we're going to bring that arm round, palm down, feed through the gap, and creeping those fingers away. Good. In-breath, arms to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. On out breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feed through the gap and creeping those fingers away. Good. Last time now, arm to the ceiling, push that top hip forward, follow the hand with the head. On out breath, we're bringing the arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap, creeping those fingers away. We're going to hold this stretch for a second. Breathing through it, arm back up to the ceiling and relaxing back down. Excellent. So we're going to come down to lie on that right arm now. Lengthening both legs away from you, slightly bringing the feet in front of the midline just to help balance. You want the hips stacked and the shoulders stacked. Try to lift that waist up away from the mat so we know we've got the core engaged. So into the outer thigh raise, we're going to point through the top toe, take the leg up towards the ceiling, flex, push and lengthen through the hips, so you're lifting the waist up to lower back down. Good. So pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. Good. For 6, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. For 4, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. For 3, and flex, lengthen and lower. Good. For 2. And last one, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower back down. Good. So we're pointing the toe to the floor. So pointing the toe to the floor, we're taking the leg up towards the ceiling, pointing the toe to the ceiling to come back down. Good. Point the toe to the floor, take the leg up to the ceiling, point to the ceiling to come back down. Good. 4 more. Point to the floor, up, ceiling to lower. Good. For 3, floor to come up, ceiling to lower. For 2, floor to come up, ceiling to lower. Last one, toe to the floor to come up, ceiling to lower. Excellent. Give that a pat. I want you to bring the heel towards your glutes. You can bend that lower knee if that helps. Knee and hip in line. And then slide that knee back till you start to feel a nice stretch through the front of the quad. Breathing through that. Good. For 5, 4, keep increasing that stretch. 3, 2, 1. Good, and just give that a bit of a pat off. Brilliant. So we're going to come on to our other side now. So keeping the knees bent, up onto your elbow underneath the shoulder, hips stacked, shoulders stacked, waist lifted up away from the mat. Top arm up towards the ceiling. So on the in-breath, we're pushing the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On our breath, we're bringing that arm round, palm down, feeding through the gap and creeping those fingers away from you. Good. In-breath, arm to the ceiling. Push that top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. Feel the chest opening up to the ceiling. On out breath, bring the arm round. Feed it through the gap and creeping those fingers away. Good. Last time now, arm to the ceiling. Push the top hip forward. Follow the hand with the head. On out breath, bringing the arm round, palm down. Feeding through the gap, creeping those fingers away, holding a stretch. Good, arms to the ceiling and lower back down. Brilliant. So coming to lie on that left arm now, both legs lengthened away. Bring the legs slightly in front of that midline, stacked hips, stacked shoulders, waist lifted up away from the mat. Pointing through the top toe, we're going to take the leg up to the ceiling, flex, lengthen, and lower back down. Good. For 7, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower. For 6, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen, and lower. For 5, flex, lengthen, and lower. For 4, flex, lengthen, and lower. For 3, pointing to come up, push that top hip away from you to lower. For 2, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower. Last one, pointing to come up, flex, lengthen and lower back down. Brilliant. So toe pointing to the floor now. Take the leg up, toe to the ceiling to lower back down. Good. For 6, pointing to the floor to come up, ceiling to lower. For 5, floor to come up, ceiling to lower. For 4, to come up, ceiling to lower. For 3, floor to come up, ceiling to lower. 2 more, point to the floor to come up, ceiling and lower. Last one, point to the floor to come up, ceiling and lower. Good. Catch hold of that right ankle, heel to the glute, slide the knee back, That one with the toe to the floor and the ceiling, you're really working the inner and outer thigh there, probably feeling it. Good, and just keep increasing that stretch slightly. Feel that nice pull through the front of the right quad. Breathing through that. Good. And then we're just going to shake that leg off. We're going to roll onto our backs now. Okay, we're going to take the arms out to the side. Cross the right knee over the left. And then on the out breath, we're going to drop both knees down to the right. Head goes to the left. Just breathing through that stretch. Good, don't force anything. That's it. One more deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to draw the knees back up to the center. Slide the ankle back onto the knee. You can either lift that left knee up towards your chest, or if that's not comfortable, just push that right knee away from you. So whichever works best for you. And then we're very gently going to roll onto our left side, lifting that right side up slightly, just to increase that stretch there a bit. Good, breathing through that. Last nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to take the right foot to the floor, cross the left knee over the right, arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling, dropping both knees to the left, head goes to the right. Again, just relaxing into this stretch. Think of the shoulders staying down the back. Keep the chin towards the chest slightly so you're getting length through the back of the neck. Good. So bringing the knees back up to the center again. Slide the ankle back onto the knee. Again, either just push the knee away, or if you can, bring the right knee up towards your chest. And then we're ever slightly going to go roll onto that right side. So feeling that stretch through the left. Breathing through that. Good. And centering back up. Again, we're going to take both feet back down to the floor. Very slowly, I'm going to roll onto our sides. Come up to a sitting position. Legs straight out in front of us. Good, sitting up nice and tall. And then hinging from the hips, we're going to drop down over the knees, drawing the shoulders down the back. Just stretching, if there's any tightness here, you're probably going to be feeling it lower back here. So this is a lovely stretch for that lower back, calves, hamstrings. Breathing through that. Good. Rounding back up and stacking that spine. So we're turning onto all fours. Tucking the toes underneath you. We're going to push up into down dog. Take the heels to the floor, head through to the knees. We're just going to, for twice, we're going to lift up onto our toes and then push the heels back down into the mat. One more time, lifting up onto your toes, push the heels back into the mat. Soften through the knees. Walk the hands back towards your feet, rounding back up, stacking that spine, come up to standing. Excellent work, everyone.
Thank you, Nikki. That was brilliant.